thankful that it is no longer raining, yeah?
Yes.
All right, the success of the North Carolina Azalea Festival is made possible through the hard work and dedication of large corporations of community volunteers. The Azalea Sweep is an event that takes place prior to the North Carolina Azalea Festival. Officers, committee members, and volunteers get together and clean at various places where the Azalea Queen will visit during her reign. And I think the city looks beautiful this year.
Absolutely. You cannot go anywhere in Wilmington without seeing a spurt of color, you know?
Yeah, I think the Azalea's got plenty of water this week.
Coming down the street, the mission of the North Carolina Azalea Festival is to be a nationally recognized as a showcase of our community's rich array of artwork, gardens, history, and culture through recreational, educational, and family-oriented events. And this festival encourages volunteerism and civic participation as it contributes to the region's economy and promotes the unique qualities of Wilmington's river to the sea community.
The parade marshal, a native of Lumberton, North Carolina, Lieutenant Colonel Lamb, is a highly decorated veteran of the Korean and Vietnam Wars. As a result of his service to his country, he received 2 silver stars for the gallantry, a distinguished flying cross for heroism on the battlefield, 9 air medals, and a Purple Heart. During his career, he was forced to eject supersonic unstrapped from his seat. He was the 7th pilot to eject supersonic, the only one unstrapped, one of the 3 to survive, and the only one at the time to return to flight status. Featured in Secrets of the Arsenal on the History Channel and in Hunter Killers by Dan Hampton, Lieutenant Colonel Lamb is recognized for his role in the Wild Weasel 1 by destroying the first 3 surface-to-air sites in Vietnam and setting the stage for the modern-day air warfare. Lieutenant Colonel Lamb currently resides in Wilmington and is married to Frances Roper Lamb, a Wilmington native.
We are so thankful for Lieutenant Colonel Lamb. Thank you so much. Followed behind him, walking, we have Jonathan Hedge. Jonathan Hedge is our president this year. He's a native of Wilmington who, throughout a 28-year business marketing career with one of our community's wonderful family-owned companies, has had the privilege to work alongside countless community organizations and community leaders within our state. And although he officially retired 2 years ago, Hannah, to develop his family-owned agribusiness venture, he's now proud to be called a family farmer. He remains firmly dedicated to serving his community through volunteerism, support, and development.
Walking with the Azalea Festival president is Chief of Police Ralph Evangelos. He has served as Wilmington's police chief for more than a decade. During that time, he is credited with several major accomplishments and contributions to his community. Among those include completing the state-of-the-art downtown police headquarters, establishing the Southeast Division headquarters on South College Road, and he's in the process of building a state-of-the-art training center to include an indoor shooting range. Chief Evangelos is also responsible for leading the agency's efforts in reducing Part 1 crime for several consecutive years, to include historic 2016 Part 1 crime rate.
And right now we have the Wilmington Police Department, where the most dedicated officers in the world work. Chief of Police Ralph Evangelos, Honor Guard, WPED Pipe Band, the traffic unit with motorcycles and cars. You see those coming by right now. Beautiful motorcycles.
Yes, and the New Hanover County Sheriff's Office is the principal law enforcement agency of New Hanover County. Sheriff Ed McMahon and his team are committed to providing a full-service law enforcement agency by virtue of professionalism, responsibility, accountability, and integrity to all the citizens of New Hanover County.
And we saw so many of our law enforcement this morning out in the rain with their raincoats on, making sure that this festival is as safe as it can be. And for that, again, we're very grateful for their service.
Yes, for the Wilmington Police Department and the New Hanover County Sheriff's Office. We also have Sheriff Ed McMahon. He began in law enforcement in 1988 with the Vermont State Police, where he rose to rank of senior trooper. In 1991, he and his family returned to Wilmington, where he joined the New Hanover County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Ed McMahon has worked in both the Patrol Division and the Detective Division as a Deputy Detective, Sergeant, Lieutenant, and Assistant Division Commander. In 2003, he was promoted to the rank of Captain and assigned to head of the Judicial Services Division. I don't know if you guys can see this canine in this Wilmington Police SUV, but he is decked out for the Azalea Festival in a teal bow tie, and I have got to say, he is adorable.
He is looking rather sharp. So again, this is the Wilmington Police Department. This float area includes the traffic unit with motorcycles, cars, mounted unit, the K9 unit, which Hannah just referred to, the bomb squad, and also officer friendly on a boat. That's coming up. I can see it.
I think they have, are those cheerleaders? I think they might be.
Possibly. I do see the cheerleaders now.
Yep, I was right.
And there's also Officer Friendly on the boat.
And behind the Wilmington Police Department, we have the New Hanover County Sheriff's Office. The New Hanover County Sheriff's Office is the principal law enforcement agency of the New Hanover County. Sheriff Ed McMahon and his team are committed to providing a full-service law enforcement agency by virtue of professionalism, responsibility, accountability, and integrity to all the citizens of New Hanover County.
I think the horses are just such a graceful animal. It's just beautiful to watch them and to see the skill they have as they parade down that street. The success of the North Carolina Azalea Festival is made possible through a lot of hard work and dedication of a large core of community volunteers. And last weekend, we had the Azalea Sweep, and that's an event that takes place prior to the North Carolina Azalea Festival. Officers, committee members, volunteers get together, and they clean various places where the Azalea Queen will visit during her reign. And afterwards, there's a volunteer after party with food and refreshments to celebrate. So for any of you who took part in the Azalea Sweep last weekend to make our city look beautiful, thank you so much for your time.
It really does look incredible. And don't forget, there's still so much more to do today. The Waterfront Street Fair features plenty of entertainment with our special areas such as the children's area, multicultural area, and music and beer garden. The Waterfront Street Fair provides an array of food options and shopping opportunities with more than 250 vendors, and that's happening until April 7th on North and South Water Street.
You know, entertainment is such a big part of the Azalea Festival every year, and previous Azalea Festivals have had many names join us, including, I did not know this, Hannah, President Ronald Reagan actually came here.
Wow.
Frank Sinatra,
Ooh.
Carrie Underwood, Duran Duran, Snoop Dogg, Kelly Ripa, I remember when she came, Felicia Rashad, I think I was in high school back then, Michael Jordan, and that's just to name a few.
I was here for a couple of those. I remember Snoop Dogg. That was recently.
Yes.
All right, coming up next, you may be able to guess, the Wilmington Fire Department. The Wilmington Fire Department reminds you that working smoke alarms save lives. Make sure yours works. Plan and practice a fire home escape so when the alarm sounds, you know what to do. Thank you so much for all of your service, the Wilmington Fire Department.
Change those fire alarms, the batteries. Up next, we have a vehicle that's part of the New Hanover Regional Medical Center's Critical Care Transport Division. And this is a specialized transport for neonatal ICU and preterm babies needing critical care. VitaLink provides the driver, and the NICU staff cares for the patients. And coming up now, we have Brunswick County represented. They have their ACE unit. This is the Aggressive Criminal Enforcement Team. They have a Mustang that's marked, a uniformed patrol car, and a K9 Tahoe as their entries. They're under the leadership of Sheriff John Ingram V, and they are the neighboring South County to New Hanover, and also where WWI is located in Leland.
Just incredible talent coming down the street now. This is the Navy Band Northeast, and they are located in Newport, Rhode Island. Navy Band Northeast is one of 11 official U.S. Navy bands worldwide, providing musical support for military ceremonies, recruiting, morale and retention programs, and community relations. This group of 30 professional Navy musicians supports more than 300 engagements annually throughout a 12-state area of responsibility.
And they sounded magnificent.
Amazing,
wow.
Really.
All right, coming up next, the new Hotel Ballas is honored to sponsor the 2019 North Carolina Azalea Festival. A Wilmington landmark, Hotel Ballas has undergone an $11 million renovation and now features Board and Barrel Restaurant, Buffalo Bayou Coffee, and Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You can come see all the exciting changes. They're located on the downtown Wilmington riverfront, and we thank them for allowing Cloudwise the opportunity to partner with the North Carolina Azalea Festival. You also probably noticed this large balloon is being brought down the route by the Azalea Festival Youth Committee, sponsored by Corning Credit Union. It's a beautiful float, or balloon, I should say. Big.
You know, we may not be seeing the sun right now, but it feels pretty good outside.
As long as it's not raining, I'm okay.
Yeah. All right, up next we have Rex & Sons RVs. They are a family-owned and operated RV dealer located in Wilmington since 1997. They offer RV service, RV camper parts, and RV rentals. Rex & Sons RVs is the official transportation sponsor of the North Carolina Azalea Festival's Officers and Queens Court. You can check them out, their RVs, during the Azalea Festival Waterfront Street Fair at the RV display on Princess Street. We've had 2 concerts of our concert series already. Thursday night was Tyler Farr, and Friday night was Randall Hank Williams, commonly known as Hank Williams Jr., who performed with Frank Foster. It was really good and some good country.
Yeah, it's nice to have a nice mix of musicians.
Yes.
And coming up next, we have the 2019 Azalea Festival artist, Bergen DeLu. Bergen's work reflects a celebration of God's majesty and all the beauty he has created. She says through her art, she brings nature's small intricacies to the forefront. By layering soft, organic strokes, Bergen seeks to create pieces that invite the viewer to reflect on the simplicities that make life beautiful. Bergen has loved painting for as long as she can remember. She's had no formal training. Coming into this vocation has been the result of a lifelong expression. She creates custom work for clients that exemplifies their taste and shares her heart. She has been more rewarding than she could have ever imagined. And her artwork is the featured art piece for this year.
Wow.
She lives in Hampstead, and if you notice this year's artwork, there's some stray marks in there that her 2-year-old actually painted. So you'll have to figure out
That's a fun little fact.
what part he contributed. Again, this year's 2019 Azalea Festival artist, Bergen DeLu.
All right, coming up next, Azalea Festival guest Miss North Carolina Laura Matrazo of Chapel Hill earned the title of Miss North Carolina 2018 on June 23rd, representing the metropolitan area of Charlotte as Miss Metrolina. Collectively, Laura has earned $31,000 in scholarships from participation in the Miss America organization and graduated from Clemson University with a Bachelor of Science degree in marketing. Laura passionately advocates for financial literacy in North Carolina with her social impact initiative, Money Talks Student-Focused Principles of Financial Management, for which she received the Miss America Community Service Award, as well as a Wells Fargo Community Impact Scholarship.
And Hannah, just check out that beautiful dress. I don't know if I've seen anything quite so beautiful.
It
Look at
says
all those flowers.
Azalea Festival.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you, Miss North Carolina. And coming up next, we have Tamara Young. She is an 11-year WNBA veteran. I had the pleasure of meeting her yesterday. She's the CEO of Taiwan Gear LLC. And listen to this. She graduated from E.A. Laney High School in 2004. She was inducted into the E.A. Laney High School Hall of Fame, in 2012, where her number 11 jersey is retired today. She also graduated from James Madison University in 2008. Glad to have her here.
Yeah, very cool. All right, up next, Grace Boyles is the 2018-2019 National Cherry Festival Queen. She is 20 years old and was born and raised in Traverse City. She is currently attending the University of Michigan, where she is double majoring in communication studies and creative writing. Upon graduating, she hopes to combine her education and her love of sports to pursue a career in sports broadcasting. You go, girl. She is humbled and blessed to be able to represent her beloved hometown and the cherry industry.
And followed by her, we have Major General Livingston. He is the most highly decorated Marine infantry officer of the Vietnam War, with honors including the Medal of Honor, Distinguished Service Medal, Silver Star Medal, Defense Superior Service Medal, Bronze Star Medal with Combat 5, Purple Heart, Third Award, Defense Meritorious Service Medal, and the list goes on and on. We thank you for your service, Major General Livingston.
And now, Manly Pope is an award-winning performer, director, writer, producer, and lecturer who began his career traveling the world as a model for fashion's top designers. He is best known for his breakout role as Devin Whitelaw on the hit Fox television series Sweet Valley High, and on Broadway, starring as Roger Davis in the Tony and Pulitzer Prize award-winning musical Rent. He is currently guest starring on CBS's Blue Bloods as the slick and charming bouncer King, and CSI Miami fans will recognize him as Rick V. Ray Graves, leader of the notorious Crip Kings biker gang. Manly is a native of Wilmington.
And next we have the Division's own 2nd Marine Division Band. The 2nd Marine Division Band is the only musical unit aboard Camp Lejeune, consisting of 1 officer and 50 enlisted Marines. Let's listen to them. They provide musical support for the 5 major commands and over 30,000 Marines for whom Camp Lejeune is home.
Up next, yes, very cool. Up next, it cannot get much cuter than this, guys. This year, the North Carolina Azalea Festival and Paws for People partnered together to form the first annual Paws on Parade on March 23rd. Paws on Parade was inclusive of a 5K, 1-mile fun run, puppy kissing booth, canine court pageant, and much, much more. Please join us and all the Ferlicious friends next year for some possum fun. Put your paws together for this year's winners: the King Charlie, the Queen Winnie, the Best Dressed Liam, Best Trick Tessa Ross, and the winner for Looks Only a Mama Could Love, Bongo.
All right, sounds good. Up next, we have Representative Deb Butler. She represents NC House District 18, which is parts of New Hanover and Brunswick counties. Representative Butler makes her home in Wilmington's historic district, just a few blocks from here, and she's serving her 2nd term in the North Carolina legislature. She was recently elected into leadership by her peers and currently serves as whip for the Democratic caucus.
Coming down the street now is Ted Davis Jr. He represents North Carolina House District 19, which includes Wrightsville Beach, Carolina Beach, Curie Beach, and a southern portion of Wilmington. Riding with him is his 6-year-old grandson, Ted the Fourth, nicknamed T.
And approaching the viewing stand now, we have Holly Grange. She currently serves as District 20 representative to the North Carolina House of Representatives, which includes most of New Hanover County. She was selected as Deputy Conference Leader for the House Republican Caucus. She serves as co-chair of the House Select Committee on NC River Quality. Holly is the Director of Community Relations at Osprey Global Solutions and is also a 15-year U.S. Army veteran serving on active duty and in the reserves as an officer in the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
Now we have Seymour Johnson Color Guard, Civil Air Patrol Color Guard, Army Recruiting, Marine Recruiting, Air Force Recruiting, and a BD-5 jet in U.S. Air Force Thunderbird colors. Jeff, do you think you could fit in that?
I would like to try. I might fit in it. I don't know if I can get myself out of it. That's so cool. And we have members of our U.S. Air Force driving by right now, the reviewing stand. Hannah, I think things are about to get a little crazy.
Yeah, I'm not,
I can
I'm
hear
a little
some
nervous.
noise coming down the street.
All right, here we go, Jeff.
Right now we have Thomas Marsh, Tom Tom the Clown. He's been clowning since he was 10 years of age. He started taking part in the Azalea Festival in 1956. That's right, 1956. Tom Tom enjoys making people smile, especially children. He volunteers at Bridhaven of North Chase, helping play bingo.
They don't like to get in trouble at all. Hello.
Hey, how are you? All right, along with Tom Tom, we've also got a number of other clowns. Ruggy Deeger Dingbat the Clown. He's been clowning for 25 years. Vesta Diegler, Dingy the Clown, 25 years. Abra Dingler, Boo Boo the Clown. We also have Baby Boo Boo somewhere up there. Yeah, I think I see Baby Boo Boo. She's only been clowning for 1 year. We got Gary Larson, who is Feisty the Clown, been clowning for 30 years. Richard Tatum, he's the old man. He's been clowning for 25 years. We've also got Big Boy and Tom Tom the Clown.
It's a lot of funny business. All right, coming down the street now is Mayor of the City of Wilmington, Bill Saffo. Has been in the City Hall for more than 10 years. Wilmingtonian Mayor Saffo is proud to serve the citizens of this great city and wants to welcome everyone to the 71st North Carolina Azalea Festival. When he's not doing mayoral duties, Bill enjoys spending time with his families and friends.
And I don't think you could see this, but he's not wearing socks.
Now you know.
Good for him. Up next, we have Mayor Pro Tem Margaret Haynes, Wilmington's Mayor Pro Tem. She's North Carolina native and also active in local public service for over a decade. She is a retired federal employee, a successful businesswoman, and dedicated public servant.
And up next is Councilman Clifford Barnett, a native of Rockville, Maryland. He has lived in Wilmington for 9 years. He is the pastor of Warner Temple AME Zion Church. He has been married to Waltrina for 29 years. That is incredible. She is accompanying him today. They are proud parents of 3 children.
And we have City Councilman Kevin O'Grady coming up, now serving his 3rd year on the Wilmington City Council. Riding with Kevin today is his lovely wife of 40 years, Diane. Well, maybe not.
And next we have City Council member Paul Lawler. He is honored to participate in this year's Azalea Festival, an event that has been showcasing the best of Wilmington for 71 years. He says he's looking forward to the next 71. And up next, we have Councilman Charles Rivenbark. City Councilman Charlie Rivenbark is a longtime Azalea Festival volunteer and was festival president in 2007. He is a native of Wilmington and has served on the Wilmington City Council for 16 years. That's his grandson Grayson, who rides with him every year, and his granddaughter Molly.
And we have the Wilmington Shrine Drum and Bugle going by right now. They have been a part of the parade since its beginning. The Wilmington Shrine Club supports the burned children for the Greenville Shriners Hospital for Children, and their unit consists of 25 members.
Coming down the street now is County Commissioner Chairman Jonathan Barfield Jr. Chairman Barfield is a second-generation county commissioner. His father, Jonathan Barfield Sr., served 3 terms as a county commissioner. Chairman Barfield is honored to be a servant leader in this great community and hopes everyone enjoys this year's Azalea Festival.
Up next, we have Vice Chairwoman Julia Olson Bozeman. She was elected in 2018. She was born and raised in New Hanover County. She was first elected to the New Hanover County Board of Commissioners in 2000 and served for 4 years. In 2004, she was elected to the North Carolina Senate, where she served 3 terms. In addition to her public service, Vice Chairwoman Olson Bozeman is a practicing attorney with the Bozeman Law Group in downtown Wilmington.
Coming down the street now is honorary invited patron Vivian Schweizer. In 2009, Vivian accepted the role of leading a non-profit in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Her work was domestic violence, sexual assault, elder abuse, child abuse, and suicide intervention prevention for 3 islands. In September 2019, she was a direct victim of Irma. That was 2018. Then 12 days later, Maria, a tornado tore through the 2nd floor of her home and caused severe damage to what was left. Though she was almost packed up before the hurricanes hit, she remained in the territory for 13 additional months. And coming down now is County Commissioner Rob Zappel. Zappel was re-elected in 2018. He is an active community member, small business owner, and is involved with several nonprofit organizations. Commissioner Zappel has shared with us how important he thinks it is to be an advocate for the public process and be an active part of efforts to support our schools, the creative economy, to protect our coastal environment, and to help Wilmington and New Hanover County community grow and prosper.
And up next, we have Mayor of Leland, Brenda Bozeman. She is a Wilmington native and New Hanover High School graduate. She married her husband, who was from Brunswick County, and moved there 49 years ago. She is in her 16th year on town council, 8 of the last years as mayor. Before becoming mayor, she was mayor pro tem for 6 years. She loves shagging and beach music. I know, because I've actually danced with her a little bit. And accompanying the mayor is Mayor pro tem Pat Battleman. Glad to have them here.
Up next, the Pride of the South Coast is under the direction of Mr. Jonathan Moore. The Marching Cougars have been highly successful in marching band, winter guard, and indoor percussion competitions throughout the region. The South Brunswick Wind Ensemble has also earned superior ratings at the concert festivals in the past years. We invite you to join us, enjoy them at their annual South Coast Classic, a marching band competition featuring several groups. That's on October 5th, starting at 4 p.m. The event is a staple in their community, and we so hope that you can join them.
Right now we have the Onslow Shriners Sudan Band Patrol. They are coming up. They are based in Jacksonville.
The Sudan Shriners Van Patrol, based out of Jacksonville, they have members from Jacksonville, Wallace, Wilmington, and Burgaw with them today. Jeff, who do you think is better, them or the clowns?
I don't know. I would love to be in that. You know, I'm kind of feeling a little sorry for number 78 there having to be towed.
Is he being towed?
But he was determined he was going to take part in the parade today, regardless.
Oh, no.
And up next we have Coca-Cola Consolidated, founded in Greensboro in 1947. Consolidated is a family-owned fourth-generation bottler, which is now based out of Charlotte. They've been participating in the Azalea Festival for 10 years. We love that polar bear.
Up next, we have Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo has been a longtime partner and supporter of the Azalea Festival. Their team members are also proud to provide sweat equity by volunteering their time to support this great event. Most people know Wells Fargo as a bank and a financial services provider, but they are also a responsible corporate citizen fully committed to strengthening the communities they serve.
And what quite a lovely float they have here, beautifully decorated with the flowers, with the azaleas, the azalea bells, and many of our area youth taking part.
Warden Smith is proud to be the legal representation of the North Carolina Azalea Festival and wishes everyone fun at this year's festival. The Harrelson Center is this year's nonprofit beneficiary of the MGC Parade Mile, where families ran the 1 mile parade route this morning.
Coming up next are the winners of the 2 Azalea Festival Youth Contests, and they have vividly and colorfully captured the charm and beauty of this exceptional festival that ushers in spring each year. First are the winners of the Azalea Festival High School Writing Contest, Abby Stone. She's a 10th grader from Wilmington Christian Academy for a poem she wrote entitled Azalea Field. And Madison Morrison, an 11th grader also from Wilmington Christian Academy, for her poem Views from an Azalea. That's a unique perspective, huh?
Yeah.
You can read their entries along with the other top writing entries in the April edition of Wrightsville Beach Magazine in the Writing Contest presenting sponsor.
Up next, a very beautiful float. Following close behind is the Celebrating Kids Creativity Float, showcasing artwork of talented student artists from all across our state. Presenting sponsor, the Community Foundation of North Carolina East, congratulates the 2019 Azalea Festival Youth Art Contest top entrants in each category, and especially the first place winners, Harriet, a second grader from Cape Fear Academy, Diane Peralata, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, a 5th grader from Bellamy Elementary, Ella Johnson, a 7th grader from Noble Middle School, and Cheyenne Newkirk, an 11th grader from Hoggard High School. Be sure to check out more of the Youth Art Contest artwork at the Community Arts Center in the historic Hannah Block USO building on display through the end of April.
All right, we have a number of vehicles that are now coming down the street, and this is all part of the Veterans Council, and they aim to promote the aims and advance the interests of veterans and to promote patriotism in southeastern North Carolina. We love our veterans in southeastern North Carolina.
We do. Thank you so much for your service.
They have also established the Veterans Day Parade that's held on the 10th of November this year, so you have another reason to come back to downtown Wilmington, celebrate Wilmington and our veterans. And again, all these cars that are now coming up are part of the New Hanover County Veterans Council. I always love to see the hats our veterans are wearing to see what wars they served in.
Yeah.
And I always personally try to make it a point to say thank you for your service.
And if you'll remember, the flag was provided by the New Hanover County Veterans Council this morning. The New Hanover County Veterans Council is a coalition of nationally recognized veterans organizations and associate members representing our area, approximately 25,000 plus veterans from the U.S. Army, U.S. Marine Corps, U.S. Navy, U.S. Air Force, and U.S. Coast Guard. The council also coordinates services for Memorial Day, Independence Day, and Veterans Day, to include an annual Veterans Experience Action Clinic to assist veterans with filing claims and seeking benefits, to include helping homeless veterans.
We also want to remind you, after the parade today, the Waterfront Street Fair features plenty of entertainment with special areas such as the children's area, the multicultural area, and the music and beer garden. The Waterfront Street Fair provides an array of food options and shopping opportunities with more than 250 vendors. So check that out this afternoon.
If you enjoy the excitement of boxing, tonight through tomorrow, the North Carolina Azalea Festival is sponsoring a boxing tournament showcasing some of the finest boxers from the national and international level of competition and from the military branches with ages 8 and up.
I love that 1923 Buick. Oh my goodness, that's a beauty.
I love all of the enthusiasm. Again, thank you guys so much for your service.
Again, we have a number of Vietnam veterans that are here in the parade, and a special thank you for your service. Thank you to our Vietnam veterans. My father actually served in Vietnam, and so I have a special place in my heart for any Vietnam veteran.
That's awesome. This is another part of the New Hanover County Veterans Council.
Approaching the viewing stand now, we have the Marine Corps League. Once a Marine, always Marine is their motto.
Thank you so much for your service. Up next, we have American Legion Post 545 from Wilmington.
Wow, we just saw some impressive looking bikes.
Yes.
Amazing.
I could never drive one, I don't think.
Next up, we have the American Honor Guards of North Carolina approaching.
Also, some pretty cool bikes. And again, this is all part of the New Hanover County Veterans Council.
And approaching next, the viewing stand, we have the Slingshot Riders.
Wow.
Futuristic vehicles. Pretty impressive.
Yeah. I have many questions.
All right, Hannah, I know this next group is another one you really
Near
love.
and dear to my heart.
Yes.
The Four-Legged Friends. Oh, I cannot wait. All right, coming up next, Canines for Service. Celebrating 22 years of service to the community, Canines for Service is dedicated to empowering people with disabilities to achieve greater independence and enhanced quality of life, and to improving people's lives through the services of specially trained assistance dogs, and they're just so cute. They rescue dogs from area shelters and train them to assist veterans and non-veterans with mobility disabilities and veterans with PTSD. CFS is a fully accredited assistance dog international member organization.
And coming up next, it may be one of the smallest princes we've seen this season, this festival. 2019 We Miss North Carolina Southern Regal is Caden Page Wells. Caden raises money for different organizations such as the Ronald McDonald House. We're glad to have you here today.
Coming up next, you may recognize them because they are a local high school band, New Hanover High School Band. The pride of New Hanover High School, the Wildcat Marching Band is part of the New Hanover High School Band program. The band marches at all home football games, numerous competitions, and events. It kind of makes me miss football season.
Yeah, sounds awesome when you hear the drums.
Yeah.
And we have some more veteran groups represented coming up right now. In front of the viewing stand, we have the VFW Post 2573. Glad to have them here with us today.
All right, coming down the street now is Scotchman. Scotchman is a station and convenience store with locations all over Wilmington. You are never broke when you have a fast rewards card. Visit your local Scotchman for details. think I can.
Coming up next, for 40 years, the Wilmington Railroad Museum has been celebrating railroad history, delighting more than 25,000 visitors a year in Wilmington's north downtown area. The museum features great interactive exhibits, spectacular model layouts, full-size rolling stock, and much more. They also have special seasonal shows and events added to the calendar for enjoyment. Looks like a lot of fun.
So much fun. All right, coming up next, the Cape Fear Roller Girls are Wilmington's premier all-female flat track roller derby team. Their skaters are dedicated on and off the track to develop and maintain a positive, supportive league and community. The Cape Fear Roller Girls are proud to represent Wilmington at home and on the road, competing in this empowering sport. Find out when you can see them skate by visiting www.capefearrollergirls.com.
And welcome back, Elmo. Elmo's making his way through the traffic signal lights. Elmo just loves the Azalea Festival Parade, and this is his 5th Azalea Parade. Elmo is sponsored every year by Collins & Collins Law Offices, your neighborhood real estate attorney firm. Collins & Collins Law Offices. The balloon is being brought down the route by the Azalea Festival Youth Committee, sponsored by Corning Credit Union. Corning Credit Union is proud to support the festival's youth program.
It's like watching my childhood come down the street.
Wow, it's pretty cool.
I love it. And coming down now, dressed in a beautiful pink, USA National Miss North Carolina teen Talish Simone Kurt. She is actively involved with New Hanover County Special Olympics, Crown Cares, and Azalea Festival as an officer for the Youth Committee. This is her 10th year riding in the parade.
Such beautiful colors.
I love it. It says Azalea Festival.
Wow. And our next float approaching the viewing stand is the Wilmington's Outstanding Little Miss Court. This is under the direction of Tiara Atkins Kitt. They serve as representatives for the New Hanover County Special Olympics. They're also avid fundraisers for Children's Miracle Network. And next Saturday, these little ladies will be giving up their titles, paving the way for new little ladies to give back to the Wilmington community.
And they just look beautiful. All right, coming down the street now, Assistance League of Greater Wilmington is one of 120 national chapters of Assistance League. It is an all-volunteer nonprofit organization that is transforming lives and strengthening community through many philanthropic programs. This chapter serves those in need in New Hanover, Brunswick, and Pender counties. Operation School Bell is a national program that gives backpacks with clothes, hygiene kits, underwear, and books to children in need. Another program, Kids on the Block, uses life-size puppets in performances at the schools to bring awareness to diversity, bullying, and personal hygiene. All programs are financed through the thrift shop, the Tiffany of Thrift Shops, located at 420 Eastwood Road in Wilmington. They are open Tuesday through Saturday at 10 a.m. They thank you for your support.
I love those life-size puppets. They were throwing you kisses, Hannah.
Were they?
And the whole
I
crowd.
missed it. I was reading.
Yeah, they're right down there.
And don't forget, another festival favorite are the fireworks presented over the Cape Fear River. That's tonight at 9 p.m. on North Water Street. So don't forget to come early to pick out the best viewing spot. We've got some dancers coming up. Jeff, you think you could compete with them?
I don't think so. I've been watching these folks for many, many years. They are the Cripple Creek Cloggers, and they are from downtown historic Burgall, North Carolina. My hometown, as a matter of fact. They have been carrying on the tradition of the old-time folk dance of clogging. They began in 1982 under the direction of Nancy and Buck Aycock, and they continue to entertain audiences today with both traditional and contemporary footwork and dances.
Wow, lots of talent.
Up next, we have some really nice steel drums. Who do we have, Hannah?
LM Restaurants Incorporated is a hospitality management group based out of Raleigh, affiliated with multiple award-winning restaurants in the Southeast. A family-owned business, LM Restaurants Incorporated is rooted in hospitality and the community. Employees have passion for creating and serving amazing food in warm and welcoming places. Diageo Blade and Bow Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey pays tribute to the renowned craftsmanship of the legendary Sitzel-Weller's Distillery with 2 smoky and smooth bourbons.
And up next, we have the Multicultural March of Nations and a float coming up a little later. They showcase different ethnic groups and cultures, all flourishing here in the greater Cape Fear region. It's always so nice to see the beautiful costumes.
I love them.
Celebrating the diversity that's here in our community. And this section of this entry was led by the Chinese Dragon. Also includes representatives from ethnic groups such as the African American Dance Ensemble, Latin America, Greek, Irish, Filipino, American, Hawaiian, and many more.
Wow. The Multicultural March will be followed by performances at the Multicultural Stage located on Riverfront Park on Water Street. The stage will feature performers dressed in authentic ethnic costumes that will infuse the city with their rich dance and music from around the world.
I love the llamas. Aren't they just awesome?
I don't know if I've ever seen a llama in person before.
Representing Bolivia, Peru.
Wow.
And up next we have the Around the World float. This float is sponsored by Tienda Tropicana. Features international flags draping the float. And as you can see, there are ethnic marchers, performers, and band members. Lots of color, lots of pageantry.
I love all of the different costumes. All right, coming down the street now, the Pleasure Island Queens, introducing Miss Hadley Moore, your Wee Miss Pleasure Island, and Miss Lacey Patterson, your Little Miss Pleasure Island. Hadley is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Daniel Moore from Ivanhoe. Hadley is in her 2nd year of preschool at Scotts Hill Christian Academy. Lacey is the daughter of Miss Kelly Flora from Burgaw. Lacey is in the 3rd grade at Burgaw Elementary. Together they support and service our beautiful coastline as Pleasure Island Queens.
Did you say Burgaw Elementary?
I did.
That's where I went to school.
Wow.
Yeah. And next we have Miss Riverfest, Jacqueline Brinson, celebrating the beautiful Cape Fear River and Wilmington. Again, Jacqueline Brinson, Miss Riverfest.
Coming down the street now, red, white, and blue, Tri-County 4th of July. Tri-County 4th of July Queens and Southeastern North Carolina Queens, honoring those that have served and those now serving in the armed forces.
That's a beautiful float.
It really is. It makes me think of the 4th of July.
And up next we have Miss North Carolina, South Carolina Queen of Hope float. The Hope Pageant is a community service-based program. Reigning queens participate in 1 to 2 year service projects every month. They are a busy group throughout the year, making a difference in the community. They have chosen St. Jude Children's Research Hospital as their main benefactor. A $1,000 scholarship is also awarded to the Miss winner. Miss NC Queen of Hope 2018-2019 is Alyssa Bell from Bladen County, and she gets a $1,000 scholarship to the college of her choice.
And they are wearing beautiful yellow dresses. I love them. All right, coming down the street now, the Roger Bacon Academy. They believe in freedom of choice when it comes to public education. RBA operates tuition-free public schools of choice that serve all students regardless of income or academic ability. Their schools strive to increase the effectiveness of everyone, students, parents, teachers, and staff, by using modern technology and verified scientific educational research to their fullest extent. Their schools include Charter Day School in Leland, Douglas Academy in Wilmington, South Brunswick Charter School in Bolivia, and Columbus Charter School in Whiteville.
And coming up next is the Sudan Choo Choo. Love it. And this unit is sponsored by the Sudan Shriners of New Bern. The Sudan Shriners describe themselves as a brotherhood of men dedicated to fun and fellowship, but with a serious purpose. The goal is to provide fun for the crippled at Bern Hospital in Greenville, South Carolina.
All right, you can hear them coming. The Graham High School Red Devil Regiment is the pride of Alamance County. They serve as the musical ambassadors for the Burlington Royals and also have marched in the Raleigh St. Patrick's Day Parade. This is their third year making the furthest trip to the Azalea Festival Parade, and they sound incredible.
And up next we have the Snow Gospel Singers from Snow Productions Children's Theater and Gospel Choir. And I think they're going to sing for us.
Are they?
Yes.
Is that snow?
I think it is. Awesome job, guys. You sound wonderful.
And I like the snow. As long as it doesn't feel like snow, right?
That's right. Up next, you have your 2018-2019 Teen Miss Pleasure Island, Elizabeth Ann Holland. Elizabeth is the daughter of Jean Holland and Annie Curry. Elizabeth is a Laney High School student right here in Wilmington. She loves to fish, like you, Hannah, hang out with her friends, and lay out on the beach.
Coming up next, Stampede of Love was created in 2002 by Tara and Mary Needham and is a small animal-assisted therapy group based in Raleigh. The 4 miniature horses you see today, Kiwi, Taz, Lola, and Peaches, volunteer their theme to visit hospitals, nursing homes, and participate in numerous community events each year. Animals have a way of accepting without qualification. They love you just the way you are.
We can learn a lot from animals.
Oh, I love them.
I love them.
There's snow, there's bubbles. There's so many things happening right now.
Up next, we have the True Gaming. Excited to announce True Streaming. It's a platform for learning about video game live streaming. So if you're into games like Fortnite or Apex Legends, True Streaming can help you learn how to stream to Twitch and YouTube. Check out truestreaming.tv for free guides to get started. Also on that float are the New Hanover Regional Medical Center EMS team represented, and we thank them for all they do every day.
Please welcome the 2019 North Carolina Blueberry Queens. The NC Blueberry Queens share and represent the North Carolina Blueberry Festival and blueberry production in North Carolina while awarding scholarships to further education. The North Carolina Blueberry Scholarship Pageant is sponsored by the North Carolina Blueberry Festival. The Blueberry Festival is another premier family fun event held each third Saturday in June. North Carolina ranks 6th in blueberry production.
We love our blueberries.
We do.
And they're so important to our economy here in the Cape Fear. Up next, we have the Eugene Ashley High School JROTC. St. Eugene Ashley High School Navy Junior ROTC is led by United States Marine Lieutenant Colonel Robert Reeder, United States Navy Chief Petty Officer Thomas Frost, and Cadet Lieutenant Commander Jacob Clinton.
Coming down the street now, Coast Guard Station Wrightsville Beach, trailering their small response boat for search and rescue and law enforcement.
You know, we live in a coastal community, and the Coast Guard just does so much for all of us here, and we are so appreciative of their service. All right, I can hear them. Here comes the Port City Diamondbacks drum and drill team. The Port City Diamondbacks, under the direction of Alonzo Carr, Tashone White, and Juan Kennedy, keeping the March culture alive through the youth of Wilmington.
All right, coming down the street now, Tiny Miss Southern Elegance Charm, Olivia Lacey. This pageant promotes self-esteem and confidence. Every girl will leave with a crown and a positive experience. All score sheets are provided the day of the pageant, and an opportunity to speak with judges will be made available. Most recently crowned, Olivia Lacey, Tiny Miss Southern Elegance Charm.
And our next float is the Miss Wilmington Scholarship Pageant. The Miss Wilmington Scholarship Pageant is the local primary for the Miss North Carolina Pageant and Miss America. Joining us today is Miss Wilmington's outstanding teen, Avery Pickett, as well as Miss North Carolina's outstanding teen, Caroline Creedle. They're also joined by their sister queens from across the state and the Miss Wilmington Carolina Princess Court.
It's another part of my childhood. Slowly coming down the street, this is Oscar the Grouch Balloon. Duke Energy, a longtime supporter of the Azalea Festival, committed to building a smarter energy future in North Carolina. Duke Energy is making smart investments to modernize and improve our state's energy system for every customer and their family. Wilmington Eye is your complete eye care team, offering comprehensive vision correction and surgical eye care for your entire family. They've been helping patients of all ages see their best for more than 40 years with 4 convenient locations. Trust your vision to Wilmington Eye for healthy vision for life. The balloon is being brought down the route by the Azalea Festival Youth Committee, sponsored by Corning Credit Union, as well as members from Wilmington Eye. Corning Credit Union is proud to support the festival's youth program.
Up next, we have Techniques in Motion. They are celebrating 25 years of providing quality dance instruction in the Wilmington area. Techniques in Motion School of Dance is under the ownership of Terry Batson and Artistic Director Jennifer Spivey Crooms. They are...
Techniques in Motion School of Dance.
I want to be on that float.
Wake up, Wilmington! Come on!
So much energy.
All right.
Yeah.
And up next, we have Miss Tiny Pleasure Island, Catherine Mountain, and Mini Miss Pleasure Island, Land Wellborn. Miss Tiny Pleasure Island, Carolina Beach is Catherine Mountain. She's the daughter of Brian and Jamie Mountain. Catherine loves the beach and is an active member of the Sea Turtle team on Pleasure Island. Catherine loves helping the community, especially the Sea Turtle team.
All right, up next we have Coastal Cowboys football and cheer. Coastal Cowboys' mission is to develop well-disciplined scholar athletes to strive for athletic and academic excellence. Their athletes range in age from 5 years old to 16 years old. For more information, you can go to their website.
Up next, we have Miss Henderson 2019, Julia Walsh, and Miss Henderson's Outstanding Team 2019, Julianne Amick.
You can hear them coming, the North Brunswick High School Marching Band.
They are killing it.
Yeah. The North Brunswick High School Marching Scorps is under the field direction of head drum major Mr. Nick Stanley. The band has performed in previous North Carolina Azalea festivals, the West Virginia Strawberry Festival, the East Carolina University Homecoming Parade, the Hampton University Homecoming Parade, and the Kennel Classic in Suffolk, Virginia. This year, the band will perform at the National Independence Parade in Washington, D.C.
Up next, we have Miss North Carolina International, Chloe Gray. Chloe Gray is our current Miss North Carolina International. Is an advocate for childhood hunger and poverty. Her platform, Hunger Heroes, Feeding Children, Fueling the Future, is in partnership with Nourish North Carolina, No Kid Go Hungry NC, and the Full Belly Project.
Up next, the North Brunswick High School JROTC Scorpion Battalion is commanded by Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Jordan Rasco. The senior Army instructor is Colonel Stephen A. Baker. The Army instructors are First Sergeant George Williams and Sergeant First Class Timothy Washington.
Man, they are looking sharp.
Yes.
Such precision. All right, nearing the grandstand is this year's float from UNCW, featuring some furry friends from Paws for People, a program that pairs custom-trained assistance dogs with people living with serious illnesses or disabilities. The university's Paws for People partnership is in its 8th year on campus. We also want to welcome UNCW's cheer team as well, and of course, Sammy C. Hawk. In addition to New Worth Motors is the go-to spot for Leland, Jacksonville, and New Hanover County drivers seeking a new or used Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicle. Glad for their support. Beautiful float.
Up next, Teen Miss Sneed's Ferry Shrimp Festival Queen Megan Brandt and Mr. Sneed's Ferry Shrimp Festival King Adam Parker. Representatives of the Sneed's Ferry Shrimp Festival, Adam Parker, who is the scholarship recipient, they welcome you to join them at the Sneed's Ferry Shrimp Festival held the second weekend in August in Sneed's Ferry.
Up next, the John T. Hoggard High School Band. The band is under the direction of Mr. Rod Reed. Drum majors are Adam Vitt and Mr. Isaac Scribner. Student leaders are Tyler Hamilton. Let's listen to them. They sound great.
The John T. Hoggard High School Naval Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps is under the command of Cadet Lieutenant Commander Brendan Huston. The unit is showcasing its color guard and exhibition drill teams, both armed and unarmed. The unit is led by the senior naval instructor, Commander David Everett, U.S. Navy retired, and he is assisted by Staff Sergeant Richard Guichardo, U.S. Marine Corps retired.
And right now we have the Coastal Carolina submarine veterans. Their purpose is to perpetuate the memory of our shipmates who gave their lives in the pursuit of their duties while serving our country. They are part of the United States Submarine Veterans Group. That is a veteran nonprofit organization chartered to remember those veterans.
Coming down the street next, the Sudan Shriners Keystone Cops from Jacksonville, North Carolina.
And next we have Miss Goldsboro's outstanding teen, McKinley Grace Lanier. She is the 13-year-old daughter of Rodney and Glennis Lanier of Wilmington. Her platform is Safe and Found, spreading awareness for the Q Center for Missing Persons. Hannah, I know you've worked a lot with that group.
Yes.
She will also compete for Miss NC Outstanding Teen next weekend. Good luck, McKinley.
Followed behind her, Miss Goldsboro's Carolina Princess, Abby Leonard, and Miss Goldsboro's Outstanding Teens, Carolina Princess Harley Lanier, and Adeline Lankus.
And up next, we have Mr. Dance of North Carolina 2019. Adrian Jones of Wilmington won the title of Mr. Dance of North Carolina in November through Carolina Dance Masters. Adrian dances locally at Southeast Dance Academy, and he will compete for the national title of Mr. Dance of America in Atlanta in July. Good luck.
Followed behind Mr. Dance, the Richard Snyder Sea Cadets. The United States Naval Sea Cadet Corps is a congressionally chartered U.S. Navy-based organization that serves to teach individuals about the seagoing military services, U.S. naval operations, and training, community service, citizenship, and an understanding of discipline and teamwork.
And I don't know about you, but I can hear the vibration right now. We've got the Dynamic Footworks Dance Studio approaching. Dynamic Footworks Dance Studio offers tap, jazz, ballet, clogging, hip-hop, lyrical, contemporary, point, and floor gymnastics aerobics. And they have classes for all sizes.
In the market for a new apartment? Look no further than Hawthorne Residential Partners. All of their communities offer excellent customer service, spacious apartment living, and convenient locations to the best spots in Wilmington. Let them help you find the perfect home at one of their Hawthorne communities.
And up next we have Templo Adoration Alabanza with their worship flag and dance ministry. Nice performance there. Once again, the Templo Adoration Alabanza, worship flag and dance ministry.
All right, approaching now, Andy Creech, Miss Spivey's Corners Outstanding Teen. Andy is 15 years old and will be competing next weekend for Miss North Carolina's Outstanding Teen 2019 in High Point.
Next, we have the New Hanover County High School JROTC Wildcat Battalion. The U.S. Army Junior Reserves Officers Training Corps program is one of the largest character development and citizenship programs for youth in the world. The National Defense Act of 1916 established and organized JROTC programs in private and public educational institutions.
Up next, the Penthouse, Wilmington's most exclusive private downtown club. The Penthouse by Jesse Davis is the place to enjoy classic cocktails, good company, and one of the best views in town.
And up next we have Miss North Carolina Collegiate America, Mackenzie Hansley. Mackenzie Hansley is the 20-year-old daughter of Stan and Robin Hansley. She lives in Surf City, North Carolina. Kinsey won the title of Miss NC Collegiate this past fall, and in June she will go on to compete at the Miss Collegiate America competition for a $70,000 scholarship. Kinsey attends High Point University, where she is double majoring in mass communication, broadcast journalism, and marketing with a minor in business.
This next float just put the biggest smile on my face, the Big Bird balloon. New Hanover Printing and Publishing Incorporated is a full-service commercial printing, signs, and graphic design shop and has been in Wilmington for more than 40 years. They are proud this year to be a major sponsor of the Azalea Festival, and they are proud to be located in Wilmington and serve not only Wilmington but many areas in and around eastern North Carolina. The balloon is being brought down on the route of the Azalea Festival with the Azalea Festival Youth Committee, sponsored by Corning Credit Union. The North Carolina Education Lottery is a proud sponsor of the Azalea Festival. Playing and supporting the North Carolina Education Lottery creates a world of winning possibilities for the entire state. Through the fun of play and the billions they raise for education, they provide the fuel for the most important dreams.
And now in front of the viewing stand, we have Step Up Wilmington. Step Up Wilmington is a nonprofit dedicated to empowering individuals with barriers to employment find jobs and stability. You can find out more at their website, stepupwilmington.org.
Our next float, Gable event sponsors, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina is leading the effort to make healthcare better in North Carolina by exploring innovations and collaborations that can help control the cost of healthcare and enhance quality.
Up next, we have Cub Scout Pack 226 Tiger Den. The brave Cub Scouts from Pack 226 right here in Wilmington. They are an area elementary group students. They represent pride in the community as they always do their best and help other people at all times.
Up next, Wilmington-based Cape Fear Solar Systems empowers home and business owners with energy independence. For more information about solar, you can go to their website, capefearsolarsystems.com.
And our next float is brought to you by BB&T, and their motto is, our one and only focus is for you and helping you live your best financial life. The Wilmington Convention Center is the largest boutique convention center on the North Carolina coast, the ideal backdrop with historic charm and riverfront views of the Cape Fear River.
Up next, the Wilmington chapter meets the Wilmington chapter of NC-A&T State University Alumni Association. The Wilmington chapter meets regularly on the first Saturday each month at 9 a.m. at the local Golden Corral.
And they are followed by the U.S. Army's 85th JROTC Battalion from Union High School in Rose Hill, North Carolina, led by instructors Lieutenant Colonel retired Vincent Tripp and Sergeant Major retired Douglas Kozer. The cadet leadership team is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Helen Jarquin, and also Cadet Command Sergeant Major Tiffany Cortez.
All right, up next, Cape Fear Community College presents the Mechanical Engineering Technology students, and they have spent the last 2 semesters researching, designing, and building 4 solar-powered cars in preparation for a 3-hour endurance race on May 5th. After completing this project, students have a greater understanding of energy-related science. The cars may even be upgraded in the future and used in other programs at CFCC. And these cars were designed and built by the Mechanical Engineering Technology students at CFCC.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Cars of the future.
Jeff, I think we have some more clowns coming.
And they are the Sudan Dun Clowns. This is the Sudan Dun Clowns. They've appeared in numerous parades throughout North Carolina and South Carolina, and they've also won numerous parade awards.
All right, our next float is Miss Onslow County Teens. The Miss Onslow County pageant is a preliminary pageant to the Princess of North Carolina Scholarship Pageant. These young ladies will represent Onslow County in the state pageant in August. They range in age from 1 to 18 years old. They also raise money and bring awareness to Victory Junction Camp, which supports a summer camp adventure for persons with disabilities.
And they are followed by the Eastern North Carolina Chapter 37 International Harvester Collectors Club. The Eastern North Carolina Chapter 37 International Harvester Collectors Club is made up of members from across Eastern North Carolina. And their purpose is to restore, show, and preserve the products of the International Harvester Company and the agricultural heritage of Eastern North Carolina. Beautiful, beautiful tractors. I think my grandfather used to have a farm-all like that one.
I used to always want to ride my grandfather's tractor. They were so cool growing up.
And coming up next, we have the 2019 Miss North Carolina Spot Festival Queen, Sydney McCoy. Sydney is the current Miss Spot Festival Queen, and she's the only queen to ever hold 3 years of titles with the Spot Festival. Sydney will continue her year fundraising for local organizations and volunteering in the community.
And followed behind Sydney, 2019 Mini Miss North Carolina Spot Festival Queen, Harper Stansel. Harper is the current Mini Miss Spot Festival Queen. Harper's passion is working with and raising money for NICU babies. She will continue her year fundraising for local organizations and volunteering in the community.
And followed behind her, we have the Miss NC Spot Festival Queen, Cambry Lankas. Cambry is the current Tiny Miss Spot Queen. She is spending her year as a Spot Queen working with her platform, local hurricane relief efforts. They are raising money for families to rebuild their lives after Hurricane Florence. Coming up, we have the Glow Academy. The Glow Academy Step Up team represents the Girls Leadership Academy of Wilmington, the first all-girls grades 6 through 12 public charter school in North Carolina. They work, study, live, and step out their mission daily. That is, she will graduate, go to college, and succeed in life.
And they sound great.
Yeah.
Following behind Glow Academy, the C.D. Russell Jr. Ambassador Marching Band was formed in August of 2004 under the auspices of Mount Carmel's Baptist Church pastor, Bishop C.D. Russell Jr. The unique thing about the band is that it caters to all age group ranging from 7 to 58 years of age. The purpose of the band is to represent the spirit of Christ through music.
They sound awesome.
So good. I don't know if you heard that, but their age range is from 7 to 58 years old.
Wow. All right, up next we have Miss Outstanding Little Miss, founded in 2009 for girls 4 to 16. Miss North Carolina Outstanding Little Miss focuses on community service, accomplishments, fashion, and education. And this is kind of cool. Each girl adopts a grandparent, providing joy to the elderly with no family supports, and is the inaugural system for Dream Angels, where a child with a life-altering condition can live the life of a queen for a year. They also partner with the Ronald McDonald House.
And up next, Cape Fear. F3 is a nationwide network of peer-led workouts. The workouts are free and open to all men. The mission of F3 is to promote and grow small workout groups for the invigoration of male community leadership. The 3 F's stand for fitness, fellowship, and faith. And the ladies in the group are FIA Cape Fear, Females in Action.
And up next we have Miss Black Wilmington USA 2019, promoting self-love, culture, and change. Proud to introduce our very own Miss Black Wilmington USA, Alyssa Williams.
Up next, we have Mrs. Delco International Jessica Swearingen, sponsored by J&J Outdoor Buildings. Again, coming down the street now is Mrs. Delco International Jessica Swearingen, sponsored by J&J Outdoor Buildings.
And she is followed by the Sudan Truckers. The Sudan Truckers supports the Shriners Hospital.
I need to get in one of these trucks.
Wow.
All right, coming up next, United States Guard Auxiliary Wrightsville Beach. The mission of the Coast Guard Auxiliary is to support the Coast Guard's operational, administrative, and logistical requirements and to promote and improve recreational boating safety. Flotilla 1001 and Station Wrightsville Beach emphasize a smart boater is a safe boater and recommend taking a boater safety class no matter your experience.
And up next we have a float representing PNC, WWI, Wilmington Dermatology Center, Prestige Beverage Group, and PPD.
That's us.
That is us. PNC Bank is committed to supporting the communities in which they live and work. And WWY has served southeastern North Carolina, providing the best in news, weather, sports, entertainment, and much more. And has been around in this region since 1964. Today is your home for ABC, CBS, and the CW.
Make sure to wake up with us weekdays at 5:30 a.m.
That's right, on Good Morning Carolina.
Up next, we have East Laney High School Marching Band from Wilmington, directed by Bob Pearson. The Laney Band is dedicated to the development of self-esteem and self-reliance. It encourages teamwork, sportsmanship, civic pride, and contributions of one's personal best to a group effort.
They sound awesome.
So great. I love it.
East Laney High School Band. Good job, guys. Up next, we have the 2018 Miss New Hanover County Queens. The 2018 Miss New Hanover County pageant was held Sunday, April 8th, 2018 at the Scottish Rite Temple in Wilmington. 16 contestants competed in several different categories to win the titles. Raising money and awareness for Victory Junction Camp for Kids is their priority. Victory Junction provides a year-round camp experiences for children with serious or chronic medical conditions, always at no cost to families.
And the next float, the Princess of NC State Court. These are our 25th annual Princess of North Carolina State Queens. They travel the state of North Carolina raising money and awareness for Victory Junction Camp. Currently, PONC has raised more than $290,000. They are recognized as the official Queens Court for Victory Junction Camp.
Beautiful dolphins at the front of their float.
Yeah, I do love their floats.
It's gorgeous. Up next, we have the Cape Fear Chapter AACA, that stands for Antique Automobile Clubs of America, with Gold Star Mothers. This group was founded in November 1935, headquartered in Hershey, Pennsylvania. It is the oldest and largest such club in the U.S. The NC region of the AACA is comprised of 14 local chapters, and the Cape Fear chapter was chartered in 1972.
Up next, donor sponsors Corning, Chart Local, North Carolina Ports, Social House, and South State Bank with Big Buddy. Corning is one of the world's leading innovators in material science. Corning is the worldwide market leader and is the most widely deployed brand of optical fiber.
It's nice to see the kids with their big buddies.
Yes.
Really nice. Up next, we have International United Miss NC Junior Preteen, Illy Monica. This is your newly crowned queen. She is 10 years old and goes to Coastal Preparatory Academy and will compete for internationals in July. Good luck.
Coming up next, the 2019 Azalea Festival Princess and Court.
That's a gorgeous float. Look at all those beautiful plants, the beautiful smiles.
And all the different colors.
Yes. Up next, we have the Ashley High School Screaming Eagle Regiment. This marching ensemble consists of 80 to 100 members, and they perform in North Carolina sanctioned marching competitions in the fall. The regiment has received numerous placements in these events, including multiple grand champion titles over the years. On Friday nights, you can see the regiment at all home Ashley High School football games, supporting their football team. Go Eagles!
Last and certainly not least, the North Carolina Azalea Festival's 2019 Queen Azalea is Brianna Venskis. An actress and production assistant with a career in film production, she has spent 10 years building her career in film while also becoming a strong voice for the LGBTQ community in the film industry. She grew up in Wilmington, North Carolina, and attended the University of North Carolina School of the Arts, where her interest in drama soared to new heights. Venskis' interest in acting continued as she moved to Los Angeles, California, and received a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Acting from the California Institute of the Arts in 2009. While attending the Institute, she made her first screen debut in 2007's Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story. During her time as an actress, Venskis also began her career in film production, working behind the scenes as a production assistant on TV shows such as Dexter, True Blood, Bones, Happy Endings, and the widely known 2009 film The Fast and the Furious.
And we also want to mention her Queen's Court is Elizabeth O'Brien, Miss Moore County Jr., High Point University, hometown. Tiffany Rush, Miss Randolph County. Also Paige Henderson, Miss Asheville. And Martina Marla, Miss Greater Sandhills as well. Thank you so very much for coming out to the North Carolina Azalea Festival Parade. There are so many more activities that you can get involved with this afternoon.
There's the street fair, and then Ice Cube is performing tonight on the main stage.
It has certainly been an awesome parade.
And the weather held out for us.
It actually turned out to be quite nice. Not hot, a little bit of a unsure start, but things worked out. And we're very grateful for all the volunteers and the people who have put their time and energy into making this year's parade fantastic.
Thank you.